I know what it's like being in Africa and being the white person everywhere. All right. We are coming today all the way from Congo, man, DRC. And this is Thomas and Mushia. And this is the African and the American. And of course, she's the African.
Of course, he's the American.
And you know, she's the African.
And he is the American.
That's right. She's the African.
And he is the American.
We are here today to give you a little brief talk about our experience coming to Congo. This is 2022 and we hadn't been able to come here since like 3 years ago. We've been wanting to come, and so it's been amazing, huh?
Yeah, amazing journey. Our move to Congo, and we want to tell you about what we see to give you our experience, right?
Yeah, and we say move to Congo because this was a stay for 2 months. So we basically did move in this apartment right here, which is set up very beautifully. Inside the apartment, you know, we have everything that we could need here. AC, you know, running water, hot shower, all that good stuff here in Congo. And so we came here 2022 after 3 years. And have you seen a lot of changes?
Oh, talking about the apartment, we will show you. We will do a video for that.
Oh yeah.
For the apartment, and we will show you our apartment. Yeah. Was it 3 years or 2 years?
3.
Yeah. 3 years later, I think there's much change. The much change I see is that, oh my gosh, there's a lot of people. Look like people just multiplying.
That's true.
Oh man.
I was saying the same thing. I said, now last time I knew there was a lot of people. This time it seemed like, wow, everyone grew up or what? It's like...
There's massive of people
Oh,
everywhere you go. The other change is I see a lot of construction.
A lot.
The buildings are like mushrooms growing out.
Yeah, so like in that, like I could say about, okay, the people, so many people. If you thought you saw a lot of people in New York or Chicago, it doesn't compare. So many streets here, so many streets, masses of people walking and on bikes and taxis and driving.
Food and
Oh, wow.
it's too much.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of people.
And that's a good thing though,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
And a lot of young people.
Yeah, I mean, what did God say in the beginning? Be fruitful and multiply. So they and they don't have abortion here, so that's good, you know. So people are just booming.
Yeah, multiplication is in Congo.
Yeah.
Oh my. And then other change I see is
But I wanted to say about the buildings, because you mentioned the buildings.
okay.
There, you know, from the time we came here in 2017, we saw just a little bit of construction.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was pretty much, I would say, we were depressed when we got here in 2017. It was not looking too good anywhere, almost. They had a couple good roads that we saw that were pretty good, and a little bit of building. But this time, wow, you talk about building everywhere. Beautiful big buildings, beautiful, you could say mansions,
Yeah.
condominiums, and they're building everywhere around, and the streets almost like seem like the main roads,
Yeah.
and not the main, but even the main roads of communities. Now those are all paved. The only ones that are still very bad is the local streets in the blocks.
In blocks.
Those are still just as bad almost.
They are very bad.
Yeah.
And other things, the dust.
Yeah.
Because it is summertime here. It's summertime. It's no rainy season.
It's almost a rainy season.
It's dry season.
Yeah.
The dust is terrible. So
which you notice more than me for some reason, but
I notice a lot of dust, and I go out with my mask every day. I cannot go without mask because the dust is very.
For me, like
very much.
Maybe because I grew up playing in dirt so much, just
I did too.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, it doesn't bother me as much, but I know it's there, and I come home, I'm dirty in places that I normally wouldn't be dirty. So, I mean, I know it's there. Now, what affects me the most is when you're driving down a main road and we've been stuck in traffic jams for 2, 3 or more hours, 3.5 hours in just going maybe one city block.
Yeah.
We don't know really why that happens in this
I think
certain areas.
There's too many people and too many vehicles. They don't have yet many roads and big roads also.
Now,
the road looks like highway is only 2 lanes, and then you see in 2 lanes how many vehicles, how many people cross the road and all that. People end up going one way direction.
Yeah. Now, it doesn't bother me that we get stuck in traffic. So that part, it doesn't really bother me. In fact, I enjoy sometimes being stuck in traffic, because when you're stuck in traffic, that's when you see masses of people and motorbikes and everything, and I'm just amazed. I'm seeing all different type of people. You see people dressed up in suits, or ladies in nice dresses, or you see kids that aren't, you see people dressed up in different ways, whatever. But the thing that is troubling when you're stuck in the traffic is the fumes from the
vehicles.
Yeah, from the vehicles.
All the vehicles.
They don't have no emissions regulations. Now, I always complain in the USA that I hate the emissions regulations, because you got to go and you don't got smoke coming out of your car, but they say, no, it's not good. So, that's in the USA. You could have a perfectly driving car and the check engine light comes on and then you can't get your sticker because it doesn't pass emissions. Here, I would say at least half the cars got smoke coming out. And, well, maybe not half, but it's quite a few. You can smell the fumes of that and the gas. And so that's rough.
The most is from the big vehicle, those vehicles which carrying more heavy stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like
they let out.
They are old. They
gosh.
Are from,
yeah.
I don't know, 1800 or 1900. I don't know. They are
1900s,
They are very old.
Yeah,
and those, they are in the road and just make smokes. And
we were sitting next to one yesterday as we were stuck in the traffic. There was this huge truck. It was carrying something openly on top. And when it let out, it revved the engine from the side of the truck. It let right into our window. This exhaust is like hot exhaust, and it's already hot and everything like that.
Is Congo a good place to stay? Question.
Besides those things that we just mentioned, I would say, believe it or not, those little things, about the traffic and, the city, like little roads where people live are not that good. I would say there's something amazing about Congo is it is a great place to be, and I would say even to live. And there's many reasons for that. And I think one of the main reasons I was thinking was because with so many people, you could be in the middle of a crowd of so many people, and everyone's peaceful. As far as you don't got to worry about a gang fight breaking out with guns, things like that, like we got to worry about when we're in, Chicago. Everyone knows Chicago. For the most part, people are polite. I'm feeling like very comfortable going anywhere, and it's not like you got to be afraid. People say like someone can try to steal your phone or something like that. But I say it's unlikely that can happen here, even. Something like that, you don't really have to worry about it. As long as you're smart in certain areas in that congestion, you don't someone could reach in the car and grab your phone, they say. So they always tell me, hey, put the phone down. So, I put it down because there's people walking by the cars, and somebody they've been known to reach in there and snatch your phone. But I would say for the most part, it's very peaceful and more safe than living in Chicago, that's for sure. That's amazing.
I would say Congo is a good place to stay.
Yeah.
I would say that living in Congo is affordable. Living in Congo, in fact, we even buy the land. We are even building the house.
Yeah, that's going to be another video.
Yeah, that means we have the chance to live in Congo. Congo is a nice place. Everybody is in the Congo. That is another thing. Everyone is here. There's Chinese, there's Indians, there is everybody, and everybody live peacefully.
Yeah.
Everybody mind their business. You mind your own business.
In fact, being a minority, and I would say most places where I go, we don't hang out too much in the downtown area where you might see a couple white people. You might see a couple white people downtown. Now, we stay normally in areas where you normally wouldn't even see a white person. But as someone, as a minority, and of course, I kind of understand now more when I hear African Americans say they like going to Africa, so they don't feel like they're being singled out as the black person, So I know what it's like being in Africa and being the white person everywhere. But even in that, it's not like people are looking like trying to scorn me, or they think bad of me. In fact, they want to use hospitality towards me in many times, and I'm just amazed at that. And sometimes I even feel bad because sometimes they want to show me too much hospitality. I'm like, no, don't treat me no different, no better than anyone else, So it's pretty amazing here.
Yeah, that's. I think that's what we have today for Congo, and we will share with you next step.
Yeah.
What are we building?
Yeah.
Are we going to stay?
Yeah.
Or are we going back to United States?
Yeah, because we have a couple properties already, and we've already started building. So we're going to talk more about that. What will be
stay tuned.
Our journey in those things. So
don't miss.
Yeah, Congo is such an amazing place. This is Sunday, by the way, as we close, and I just want to make mention one other amazing fact of Congo. Churches, I'm from Chicago. People say, in some areas of Chicago, you see a church on every block. Here, you might see 3 or 4 or 5 churches on every block.
One block.
Yeah, and it's amazing. It's beautiful. So I would say a very high Christian population, because and the preaching, they have the loudest sound systems ever here, where not every church, but quite a few, and you hear the preaching all outside. If you listen carefully, you've probably heard it during here, because there's a church close by. So it's amazing. A lot of Christians. So that makes a very good atmosphere, because a lot of people are promoting being like Jesus, and everyone can agree that if people are like Jesus, this world would be a wonderful place to be. And I think that's one of the great things that make Congo so nice.
Amen.
Amen.